Welcome back to Cure for the Common Game. Today we're going back to Kamigawa in 592. We're going to talk about Reki, the history of Kamigawa. Now I know I'm in the middle of all of these barrage of sets that are coming out, and it's hard to keep up. But as these sets come out and they give us more tools, it's not just for new commanders; it's for the old ones that I have been working on for a while. I've been working on Reki. He's been in the deck box for couple years. And as legendary creatures and legendary things come out, I've just been throwing them in the box. You can tell how long it's so long that the label is a different color than the number because I just numbered it. Anyway, Reki History Kamigawa is a 3-mana 1/2, so we're not winning no commander damage shenanigans with Reki. But the reason why he's here is you play a legendary spell, draw a card. So that legendary lands do not work because it's not a spell. So naturally, I wanted to min max as much as possible, push in as many possible legendary cards as possible. Now, draw cards, I don't have that many in the deck. I mean, I've got a Harmonize and a Return to the Wild Speaker. That's it, because it's kind of baked into our commander. And every legendary spell that we play is a card draw. I mean, it kind of, if you want to talk about time of need, it's more of a tutor than anything else. But let's look at our ramp, shall we? And we have got a bunch. Because typically, legendary creatures, not always on the cheap side, right? Search for Tomorrow, Kodama's Reach, Cultivate, Harrow, Nature's Lore, Rampant Growth, Migration Path, Secure Tribuilder. Secure Tribuilder doubles because it's a snake and there's some snake synergy in here. Obviously, it's Kamigawa. We had to do it. Karamatra's Acolyte, and then our Soul Ring. I love the Heraldic Banner. For single color. Hey, and the Altar of the Pantheon. We've got one, I think, thing that checks for devotion. So, where to start? Let's see. This is not. It is kind of ramp. Honor Worn Shaku. It just taps for a colorless, but you can tap and untap legendary permanent to untap this. So, it kind of makes all of your legendary creatures colorless mana dorks. But if you don't want to tap them. But the beautiful part here is Planeswalkers are legendary permanents now, and there's no downside to tapping a Planeswalker. Literally none. Let's get into some creatures, shall we? These are in no particular order. Well, I say that. Let's get the snake theme out. Kashi Tribe Elite, not legendary, I know. But it says legendary snakes you control can't be targeted to spells or abilities. That's pretty good. And it has the combat damage trigger there. So we have Sakiko, Mother of Summer. Add that much green mana to your pool? What? Sasuke, Son of Sashiro, pumps your other snakes. Sashi, Daughter of Sashiro, pumps the toughness. And actual Sashiro. Other snakes you control get +2/+2. I think that may be it for the snake family. One thing I want to do right now, before I forget about it anymore, I want to give a huge shout out to our new patron, Brent Kryda. Thank you so much, Brent. I joined a couple days ago. This is the first video I've made since, because I try to stay so far ahead. Thank you so much, Brent. We do appreciate it. I started this, 4 years ago almost now? I started the quest years before. Anyway, I wouldn't be able to do it without y'all watching and without you patrons helping me out. Thank y'all so much. Anyway, back to it. Kodama the South Tree, Thriss Nantuko Primus, Antalza. Now, some of these, I'll admit, like Antalza is in here. She's a legendary body, okay? It's not, you know, Renata's obviously going to be huge. Kind of works with our one devotion thing. But check out Traxos with no drawback, right? Artifacts, legendaries, and sagas are historic, so a large portion of our deck, over half, is historic. So there's no, of course, living the dream is Forest Soul Ring turn 1, Forest Traxos turn 2. Let's do this. But still, wow. Yorvo kind of big. Miri Cat Warrior. Be surprised how many times Forest Walk is vigilance. Is meaningful. If you haven't ever played with Land Walk of any kind, Forest Walk, obviously green being one of the more popular colors, I would say it's at least in the top 5. But it's the unblockability is a beautiful thing. Vertaloth. Now, Vertaloth plays with Treefolk and Saprolings. Now, we don't have a whole lot that plays with Treefolk, but I think we got some other stuff that plays with Saprolings. We got the best good boy, Mowu. Now, there is a slight +1/+1 counters theme that ribbons through here. Like, the only other non-legendary creature I have is Vigor, because, if you're doing creatures and 1/1 counters, I mean, you might as well, right? Grun deals with 1/1 counters, although I don't know that he'll be, Caesar with no partner, obviously, because we're mono green. Put a 1/1 counter on it when it hits. We got the new Jore. Had to. Yeah, I pulled like 2 pre-release versions of this. Iname Life Aspect. Arashi the Sky Asunder. Seki Seasons Guide. Surf Aaron. Kong. Cog of the Titanate is just, it's also removal. Kesa. By the way, Kesa is a little background about Kesa for those of you that are seeing her for the first time, because this is not a card that sees a lot of table time. Okay? Kesa is from Alliances, on the reserve list, because it's never been reprinted, and not amazing. It's elf. She's an elf. But kind of overcosted because does not work on herself. 5 mana, 2/3, and just a champion. Not even a real champion because it's whatever. But fits the theme. We're mono green. Come on, Kesa. Gargos. Yeah. Arasta. Now we don't have a whole lot of enchantments. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's the wrong one. I was thinking Euphemia. Cast an instant or sorcery, you get Spider, so that's not bad. Azusa. Thank you, M21. Because, man. Is M21 not one of the best core sets in recent memory? I mean, M10 was good because that was the first time we saw the half new, half old. 10th edition holds a special place in a lot of people's hearts because it was the first black border one since beta. But I think M21 may be the best one ever. Well, since Alpha anyway. Obviously Alpha. Alpha started a cool thing. I'm running both of the Hondas, the Shrines, the Sanctum of the Fruitful Harvest, and the Honda of Life's Web. I figured why not. Sword of the Chosen don't get enough love. Now this was it's a legendary artifact, cost 2, yeah. It's pretty cheap. Now this was how they portrayed swords before they come up with equipment technology. You just tapped it and target legend got +2/+2 till end of turn. I don't know if there is story reason. I don't know if there's story reason for anything anymore, but it would be nice to see another retake of the Sword of the Chosen. Now, this was, as I remember, Selenia's blade. I I don't know that for a fact. I don't really remember this blade in that old story. But either way, it's a legendary spell. It helps legends. Why not? And then, of course, we have Kamal's Druidic Vow, which is bonkers. Oh, my God. Look at the top X cards of your library. Obviously, we're going to try to make that as big as possible. You may put any number of lands and or legendary permanents with CMC X or less from among them on the battlefield. Now, if I was a smart player, I would know what my highest CMC in here is, and I would just never cast this under that. And that way, because as many legends as we've got and lands, what is that, 70, 80% of the deck? Well, no, because we got ramp removal and stuff. We have Arlen, because she's a legendary planeswalker. She makes wolves, so, you know, why not? Jengengu. Wow, you know, 1/1 counters. Here we go. And then we have Garrick Unleashed, because he's back, baby. Just a little bit of pump up. I mean, it's hard to play green and not play with an overrun aspect of the Hydra or Primal Bellow, right? I mean, mono green. We got some removal. Back to nature if things get real serious. You know, a return to nature, naturalized broken bond if spot removal can do the trick, right? Rabid Bite, Acidic Slime. I almost consider Acidic Slime a sorcery than anything else. Yeah, it does leave back one heck of a blocker. A Tribute to the Wild. A Plummet. And I'm going to get some hate for this one, but Choke. I'm telling you, I do not have a problem running Choke. Not destroying them. Just rendering them useless, right? Anyway, to our non-basic lands, we've got an Oran Reef the Vastwood, which it's a specifically named place. I don't understand how this is not legendary, but what do I know? Emergent Zone, because, you know, Flash is a cool thing. Mobilized District. Mobilized District here is a for 0 mana. We can turn our land into a 3/3. Vigilant. Is that better than Treetop Village? Because Treetop Village is a 3/3 ape with trample for 2. I don't know. Trample's pretty good. Trample's better than Vigilance, I think. Don't know. Desert of the Indomitable, Memorial to Unity. And I know they don't trigger our stuff, but I am using, you know, a couple legendary lands from the Kamigawa block, you know, God's Eye Gate to the Reki, and then Okina Temple of the Grandfathers. And that is what I have got for Reki. I know Mr. Roach, Mr. Dana Roach, has a really good version of this. I haven't seen it, haven't seen the list, I haven't, you know, but there's so many legendary permanents and so many ways to build this. I kind of like the idea of looping a Mindslaver. yeah, that kind of feels wrong, which is probably why it feels so good. But that is that's 592. So there's a Kamigawa card, a Kamigawa deck in the middle of all this 2020 madness. So let's go over here and put 592 on the wall. We got 8 more until we hit 600. I'm going to try to do something special for 600. Something different. Maybe I've never done before. I don't know. I don't know that the deck will be any different. Let's see. Deck number 100 was the Weatherlight Saga. You know, with Gerard and the Weatherlight and all of that. What was deck number 200? Deck number 200 was Tribal Dinosaurs with Gisha. 300 was Tribal Walls with Arcades the Strategist. Of course, 400 was the Jace tribal deck. And then 500 was Tribal Misery with Angus McKenzie. So it kind of looks like a tribe theme is what I've been doing. Some kind of a theme. So that's probably where I'll go with that. Getting there quick. What is it? At this rate, if I keep doing a deck a day, I'm rolling right now. It's just the mind's in the zone. I'm able to churn them out. But if I keep going, it's what, next week? I don't know. Anyway, I do appreciate y'all watching. And once again, thank you very much, Brent. Thank you to everybody for watching. All you patrons, thank you so much. But right now, we're going to shuffle and cut.